Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 30 of my Ruthless SSF run on Acropolis League. We are still playing Blade Trap with the Great Swords, and I am having a fantastic time. I'm getting more and more comfortable with having a cooldown skill for my main ability, and I gotta say, adding Smite to this build was probably the best change I could have done. Not only did it give me a ridiculous amount of damage, but now I don't have to like manually cast the Assassin's Mark, which granted, you're not really losing a button because you're using Smite still, but it just makes that one button feel so much better. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. The grind on this character has been pretty enjoyable so far. I don't die very often, but when I do, it's pretty much exclusively to the league mechanic, because the mobs in it are pretty terrifying. Decided to double corrupt some Ziri steps because I have two of them, and they turn into socks. So, I mean, it's not terrible. 4 white sockets is on an Ziri's is pretty nice, to be honest with you. It still has a high dexterity requirement, but it's not too bad. I did get the Coward's Belt, which is pretty cool. That's the belt that lets you run low life because you're low life all the time, which is pretty nice. And there are some fun combinations you could do with that. I am gonna try to double corrupt it. If it survives the double corrupt, I'll try to make a build with it. But if it dies, then no worries. Decided to use a divine to try to get more movement speed, but unfortunately, all I did was make the item worse, which is to be expected, I guess. It's kind of sad. I was at least hoping it would go up a little bit in the movement speed, but whatever, it's cool, no big deal. Anyway, I was doing some tier 11s for a little while. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I would like to spec into Harvest at some point. Not only do I have a bunch of scarabs for it, but it will make it easier to get my Uber Elder fight. I'm not saying I can complete Uber Elder or that this character... I mean, I just want to say, I think this character can no doubt complete and beat Uber Elder. It's going to be a question of whether or not I mechanically do it well enough with all the restrictions I have. The biggest problems being movement speed, and of course no movement skill. Not having a movement skill against Uber Elder is a little scary, mainly because when Elder slows you, he that gets you comboed by Shaper really fast. Anyway, I went back to doing some mapping and I hit level 87, which feels really nice. That let me finish out the mark tree, which is great. So now I also get accuracy, and of course I'm doing more damage. Got another singular scouting report, which is pretty sick. And I was just killing some more Elder Guardians, because why not? I do need a couple more pieces for another Elder fight, but I already have both of the Elder pieces I need for the Uber. I just don't have any of the Shaper. Luckily, the singular scouting report actually gave me a map I needed, which is pretty sick. So now I only need, I think, 4 maps. 4 maps that I'm completely done, which would be pretty radical. Instead of wasting Chaos Orbs, I decided just to run the tier 17 as it is. And I'm going to show you every single death I had. But I'm going to tell you right now, I failed. And I failed almost exclusively because of the Shaper mod. I don't know why it was so shocking to me, like Shaper doing slams on me and randomly beaming me off the map. Like, I knew he was on the map with every rare. I don't think I don't know. I don't think I fully understood the scale of the difficulty increase on tier 17. But even just one of the Shaper balls chunked me. The dot absolutely obliterates me, and even the trash mobs wrecked me. Granted, a big part of that problem, or a big part of that, is the fact that it was minus 11 max res, which is pretty terrifying. But yeah, I failed the tier 17. Not that I was expecting to beat it. I had no XP, so I decided to run 4 tattoo, all flames, and ghosts, and it was a terrible idea, and I failed the map. Anyway, though, I did have an Alpha Temple, which is pretty nice. Nothing too crazy, just a unique swap, which you're going to see here in a second. I'm not really hoping for anything too crazy. I'm just swapping belts. You never really know. There's a lot of fun, unique belts in this game. Anyway, I have another double corruption, a lens, and an altar. I'm not really looking for any support gems, but I am looking for auras. And lucky enough, I did get one of the auras I needed, which is Herald of Ice. So now I have every single Herald. The only aura I'm looking for now is Wrath, which I still have not found. But hopefully we'll find it at some point. I mean, Hatred would also be cool, but anyway, I double corrupted Determination, and it went down. And now it's time for the belt. Please don't poof. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, I mean, it's not like a ton of damage or anything, but I mean, 15 all-res on the belt? Because, like, one of the big downsides of that belt is not only does it not have life, but it doesn't have resist. And now I can take away one of those downsides. It's pretty nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Anyway, I have been doing Harvest for a little while. I didn't really show my tree because I didn't really take anything special for it. Just been using my Scarabs, and I got myself a Shaper fight by swapping. And funny enough, I didn't even have to swap his fragment because he actually dropped the one I need. Oh, that's a pretty nice shield. Unfortunately, though, of course, I didn't really get any good drops or anything like that. But on the bright side, it is time to fight the Uber Elder. At first, I was planning on doing this at level 88, but my damage has been feeling so good, I just decided to just go for it. Like, why not? Worst case scenario, I could try to grind for another one. The main thing that would kill me is just bad play, to be honest with you. There wasn't really a scenario where I was like, there's no way I could survive this. It was just those, I had 3 deaths, or maybe 4. I think I had 3 deaths, though. And all 3 of them were easily avoidable just by playing correctly. But I'm not going to be too hard on myself because my movement speed is pretty bad. I'm just very happy I took him down, and finally we have our third Void Stone. Finally. Yeah, I gotta tell you, it feels pretty amazing having that third Watchstone. My god. I know Uber Elder is not like the craziest content in the world, but on Ruthless, without movement skills and low movement speed, it can be a pretty terrifying fight. But very happy to say I got that done, so I think my plan now, I just reshaped or reselected all of my favorite maps and whatnot. I'm going to do a few more maps with this Harvest. I kind of want to use all of my Harvest Scarabs, just get a bunch of that. I did respec back into Essence, so, oh my god, I'm alive. Anyway, the plan with Essence, I kind of want to craft a few things, because I do have a few more characters I want to play. I have at least 3 that I'm working on right now, but it's all going to depend on what gear I get and whatnot, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my plan for now, and I'm happy I got Elder done. I feel like I'm saying this all the time, but I'm stuck between about 3 or 4 builds right now, and of course, as always, it's just going to come down to whatever character I get gear for first is what I'm going to run. I gotta say though, it feels really nice having Harvest spec'd on my tree, not just because of my Scarabs, though the Scarabs of course are making it feel even better, but just being able to swap my oils and swap fragments whenever I need to feels pretty amazing. After a decent grind, it is finally time to craft the Opal Ring, and hopefully it does not suck. As long as we get either fire or lightning damage, we will be very happy. And life, obviously. Please have life. God damn. That's a pretty good ring. That's a pretty good ring. So I ended up putting that ring on, and my god, my damage jumped up by a ridiculous amount. I'm feeling pretty confident that I can do Maven on this character. However, the biggest problem is it's kind of RNG because those some of the bosses that she could summon between her little brain phase or whatever can really wreck me, and I really don't want to have to take. I don't know how to pronounce this, so you can make fun of me at school. It's like Leith or Lethy Shade, however you pronounce it. The main boss that I'm worried about her summoning is the goddess from the lab because that beam kills me in like half a second. It's pretty insane to be honest with you. There's probably a couple others I should be worried about, but that's the main one I'm scared of. But I mean, like, again, it's RNG. I might, spend those 3 points, lose a ton of damage. I don't even have a Scroll of Wisdom, okay. I might lose all that damage and not even have to worry about it, so I feel like it's not worth it. I'm just going to go with the damage. I don't know how I'm going to farm for the Maven. I might just do standard, 10 rotations, but I think that would take forever. So I'm probably going to respec my tree back into getting some more, like, Conquerors and Shaper and Elder Guardian fights just for those invitations, because I know I can do them pretty reliably. I probably won't alch them or anything like that. I'm not that confident. But I mean, I should definitely be able to do those fights consistently, even if they're like transmuted or something like that. Which, granted, transmuting them might not be worth it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have used up all of my Harvest Scarabs, so I'm probably going to respec that on my tree here pretty soon. In the background here, I'm going to do some more random crafting. But I think right now what I'm going to do, I have fully respec back into Essence. I think I'm going to turn off Essence, go back to taking the Conqueror, Elder, Shaper, Fragment stuff on the tree. And on top of that, I'm really considering for my second Atlas tree, maybe switching to Breach for a little while, because I have like 40 Breach Scarabs saved up. And to be honest with you, some of the Breach uniques, if I actually got like Blessing of, I think it's Tull that I'm looking for, Tull or Zoth, there's a couple builds I could play. I mean, I say Zoth, but I really don't think I'm going to use his bow. His bow is kind of trash, to be honest with you. Plus, I'd have to link it up and whatnot, so I think it's very unlikely. But however, getting a Pandemonium or Pandemonius, whatever that amulet is called, that would be pretty amazing. I had to switch over to Earthquake because I ran a map with some juiced up cannibals and I was almost leveled up. And I did die once and I was angry, so I brought in Earthquake. And dude, I keep forgetting how fast that Earthquake character is. That character is kind of insane, to be honest. If you're thinking about playing Earthquake this league, just play it. It's incredible. It's really, really fast. It does a lot of damage. And my version is definitely not the strongest version you could play. So go wild. I mean, honestly, you could play it as pretty much anything. I would just say don't play it as Berserker. That would probably be a terrible idea. I mean, maybe not a terrible idea, but it would not be the best idea. So the next item I'm planning on crafting is my helmet slot because my helmet is pretty trash. I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say it's trash. It's got 80 life and 2 resist on it, which is okay. But the thing is, I really actually want some flat energy shield. I think that would feel really nice. Plus, if I get 3 resist on a helmet, I would be in a really good position to switch out my belt back to not only the cooldown reduction belt, but that belt also has elemental attack damage on it, which is crazy for me. So basically, just getting a ton of resist is just going to allow me to change my gear more freely and give me a ton more options. And of course, I still need to get my enchantments on them, but I can get that done later on. Oh my god. Yo, those are some gloves. What the hell? Hey, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm on Earthquake right now because the Blade Trap, a Great Swords character, can't really run cooldown reduction maps very well. He can clear them, but it takes a very long time. I'm very close to getting Alnatal and the Esh Breachstone, which is great because those are the last 2 I need for the invitation. And then once I do that, all I need to do is find an Alhesman. I highly doubt I'm ever going to do the Feared, but I mean, I'll try. Like, I mean, I'm pretty close to actually having a, yeah, I almost have an Uber at Ziri. I'll try, man. Why not? I got an Elder lined up. I'll do it, man. I'll fail. It's cool. I'm going to try the Maven as soon as I get the fight, but I'm going to have to respec my tree a little bit. As you can see, I did take Essence nodes because Essence is great. I still have the Harvest for right now, but I'm probably going to remove them. I'd like to at least take the Conquered Conquerors back because, honestly, I don't know, man. Like, it feels bad not having them on. It feels so bad. I do apologize for my voice, of course, and I'm sick all the time, and seasons are changing. But anyway, if I do drop Harvest, which I'm planning on doing, I'm either going to A, just take Breach on my main tree, because the thing is, I have so many Breach. I have 32 Breach Scarabs, 17 of these, 13 of these, and yeah, I kind of want to go for some Breach, or sorry, yeah, some Breach Uniques. That'd be really fun. Because don't forget, I have this. I got this, like, what, the first or second week of the league? You know how awesome that would be? I'm not even saying like it's a crazy... I mean, not this version, obviously. I'm talking about the upgraded one. But it's not like the craziest amulet anymore by today's standards. But I just love this amulet, and it's still pretty good. Anyway, I don't want to rant on you too long. In terms of currency, we're doing pretty good. I've been doing, you know, every now and then an Alchem map or something like that. But I'm mostly just trying to level up on the Saboteur character. That way I can hopefully fight the Maven and hopefully get it. Because if I get 4 Watchstones, farming is going to be so much easier. Anyway, sorry for talking your ear off. I'm going to go grind. I have a lot of farming to do because I have a lot of characters I want to play. So I'll see you later.